They've got to be from the devil. The wind has kind of picked up some, but you can see I've got some stuff in here. I got some posts there. I'm gonna go down and make another pin for the bulls, but to do it, we got to go through over there to get back over here, because that gate will just take us to where they're at now. So we're gonna get the four-wheeler started, and we're gonna go down there and take a look. Hopefully the wind's not causing too much trouble here. But here's our bulls. So this bull right here, 067, we actually bought from Greg Judy. I'll leave a link to his channel. But he does regenerative cattle, and he raises some good stock. So we bought this bull from him. He's gonna be our herd bull. And then he was gonna be a herd bull. We're gonna steer him, and him, and they'll all become beef. But this is where they've been, and this is where we're gonna go. I don't believe I've showed you any of this stuff down here yet. So this is the bottom of our field here. We've got a pasture over there. See, zoom in. So you can see there's a fence top, T-post tops right there, those white things. So that's part of it. That's one field. I'm in the middle field, and then on the other side of this fence that this gate separates is a field over there. That's the biggest one down here, and then this one and that one over there. So I'm gonna set up a pin in here for these guys, and then move this fence to where it comes to that corner right there, so they'll have access to come into here. So they have the strip that they're on plus this here. I think it'll be good for them, because their water's up there. Unfortunately, the only water that we can get to them is up there, because it has to come from the hydrant up by the house. And then that right there, that building, is the milk barn. So I'm gonna get them a pin running here, and then we'll turn them in. And I gotta hurry because I shut their fence off, and I definitely don't want them getting to where they're messing with that fence. So, but like the rest of the fences, that's just polywire with step-in posts, and I run 2 strands. I might try to do the same thing in here, run 2 strands, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind and it's not too crazy. So what I'll do is I'm gonna hook this reel up over here, and then I'll pull it down to the bottom and then kind of tighten it. And then I'll try to put posts in as I'm coming back, and then we'll tighten everything up here at the reel, and we'll connect that fence to this fence so that the whole thing is electrified, and then we'll turn them in here and see how they do. I think they're going to be happy. This grass is actually pretty good in here. There's still quite a bit of green grass.
What it is. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it.
Okay. So now I'm at this is my bottom fence line right here. And that is part of the forest that belongs to somebody else. So this is the fence line here. And let me show you something. This right here, those things, I don't know what they are, multiflora rose bushes or whatever, but they grow here. Yeah, they hurt. They suck. So you can see, I've just got a little bit of a slip knot right there, and it hooks to the fence. And this is an insulator. So you can touch this and it won't transfer to the fence. It won't transfer to your hand. And it just goes up the hill there, all the way. Not you can see it, but you can see the wire going up the hill there. And so it'll be somewhere up there on the top of the hill. Is where it's at. And you can see there's some decent feed down here. It's not there's still even some green, even though we had below zero and negative temperatures and some snow. So it'll be good for them. And it's pretty green right there. So, and right there through the trees, you can see that's the milk barn that I showed you, the old milk barn. So we're gonna get some some of these temporary posts put in, and then head up the hill and get everything tightened and try to get the bulls in here. Now these posts, they are step-in posts and they work pretty good, but we've got a lot of rock here in Missouri. So I always bring a hammer and I just tap them in. Sometimes if it's a small rock, you'll be able to tap around it. If it's a big rock though, I just try to move it to a different location until I can get it into the ground. So, and I put my posts, I don't measure it out or anything. I put them every so often, whenever I feel like it needs it. I try not to go more than 50 or 60 foot, but it's whenever I feel like I need to put a post is when I put one in. So I sit kind of side saddle here on the four-wheeler, and then the fencing is right here, and then I just kind of try to drive the fence line. I've got posts sitting right here. My hammer is right here, and so as I go, I'll just pound a post every so often, and until I feel like it's good. Up there, where all that brown grass is, you can see it down here too. That stuff really gets in the way. What I might end up doing, because of that brown grass, that you know, touches on the wire. And, you know, every time you've got something like that touching the wire, it makes it less effective. So the longer run you have, the more interference or impedance that you have, it makes it less effective to the animals. Pretty sure that was a mosquito. So we want it to be as effective to the animals as possible. So we're going to have as little interference as possible. I can't really make it a shorter run just because, you know, it has to come from where it's coming from. So the one thing that I do have control over is how much I let impede it. I might just come with my weed whacker. And once I get this up and tightened, I might have to come in with the weed whacker and whack all the weeds down. It shouldn't be too hard. And then if I just clear the fence line, number one, it'll keep the bulls off the fence line because there won't be as much to eat on the fence line. And number two, it'll make it a lot more visible, not only to bulls, but also to the deer that might come down here and whatnot. And third, and even maybe more important, take away all that impedance or grounding that may happen as a result of all that grass touching it. So I told you about the rose bushes over here. They're everywhere. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. Pretty sure they're called multiflora rose bushes. Multiflora, whatever. I don't know exactly. But they are nasty, and they're just nasty. Check this out. That right there, I was telling you about all the rose bush, is one clump of rose bush right there. And there's another clump right there. You can see a whole bunch out there underneath of that tree. Right there. There's another clump right there. It's not as big. And it's just everywhere. There was a clump up there as I was coming down the hill underneath of the tree that's in front of me. And it's just everywhere. And it's prolific and it just grows like crazy. So I'm gonna have to do some getting rid of that stuff. If you look right over here, that dark stem right there, you can see is another one. Yeah, you can see the dark stem. And they're just covered in thorns. Just thorns everywhere. They've got to be from the devil. It is definitely from the devil. They're just terrible, terrible things. I don't see a purpose for them. I'm sure there is. But it's like mosquitoes. I don't see a purpose for them. I'm sure there is. Ticks, the same thing. I'm sure there's a purpose. I just don't know what it is. But whatever they are, they're miserable. And it's almost like they've got little hands. You don't even have to be, you can be trying to avoid it. And it's like they reach out and grab you. So I got everything done. I got my reel here. So now what I'll do is I'll take the slack out and I latch the reel, and then I use the reel as a means to tighten it, and just get it as tight as you feel like you need to. I'm ready to get all this fence row here cleared, put in any extra posts that I need. Came down here, I've got my my string trimmer. I got the Steel FS91R. Recently purchased it. I've never had a string trimmer before, so pretty excited about having one. You know, Steel is one of the best for power tools, or this type of tool, I should say, chainsaws and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited. Some important things to remember when you're using one of these things is to safety. I've got these boots on. They're pretty good for protection. I've got gloves in my pocket. Eye protection. So I've got these glasses, which aren't the best, but I've also got these glasses, which are actual safety glasses. But as you can see, it's cloudy, so it might be a little dark for that. And then also, a big thing is hearing protection. So I'm going to put in some earplugs and go along this fence line and just trim the grasses away from it so it's not touching, and then see about getting the cows turned in here, or the bulls turned in here. There's that fence line right there behind you guys that I'm going to try to I need to make sure that it's in good shape as well once I'm done with this over here, and then we can turn the bulls in. And I think they're ready for it. They're all staring at me, and where they're at has been ate down really well, and they've ate their hay down, so they're ready to come in here and get some more grass, and we'll be able to work them through this. Hopefully this will last them several weeks is the goal. So anyway, I'm gonna get set up and get started here. Shed the jacket, and I actually took the other glasses off, and I'm going to wear these now. I had a piece come up and hit me right here, almost in my eye, and I thought, you know, better be safe than sorry, and instead of making a stupid decision and continuing on, I'm just going to put the safety glasses on. That's the safest way to do it. And I only have one set of eyes. I might as well take care of them as best as I can. All right, so that's that. So the question may come up, why not just let the bulls have all this stuff? And I could, and they would trample a good fair bit of it. The problem is the stuff that I'm cutting down, they don't eat it. They don't eat it. They don't even eat it when it's green. So my picture of this, excuse me, my picture of this app says that it's broom sage blue stem, but they don't really like the broom sage. And I'm in the business of growing grass that the animals will eat. My goal is to not have to buy hay, and now I know that chances of me never or getting to a point where I never have to buy hay is you know, probably never going to happen. But if I can limit how much hay I have to buy, that's my goal. And so if I have stuff on my farm that the cows, goats, whatever don't like, I don't want it. I don't want it on my farm, no matter how pretty it is. So also, I just from looking at it, I don't know for sure, but I believe that the stocking density on this land before we had it was too much for how many acres of grass there was. And what that means is that they had too many animals. So stocking density is based on a per acre basis, and different areas of the country have different stocking densities per acre of land. And I just feel like that it's highly likely that on this farm they had too many head of cattle that they were running for the amount of land that there was. Well, I'm going to go up this fence line now. I think I'm going to put another post or two down over here, and then up here I can see where I'm going to need a couple more posts. Okay, you see my setup here. I ended up moving the fence charger over here. This is that InShot 60 solar charger. I got just a piece of rebar for the ground, and then a alligator clip coming up here. And you can see that as it pulses, it goes up to 8K, which is what we were wanting. So I'm gonna go down to the bottom and check and see if I'm getting 8K down at the bottom, and then we should be good. The negative to doing it the way that I just did it is now this fence that I moved that they were in before is not charged. I don't have a charger for it, so I'm gonna have to hope that they got shocked enough when it was up that they don't test it. If I see signs of them testing it, then I'll have to do something different. You can see that they're content, and they've already been all the way down to the bottom, and now they're back up here, and they're enjoying having a bite to eat. Well, I really appreciate you hanging out with me. We got some stuff accomplished, and we got a lot more work to do. I think I'm going to run another line for them. That way when it's time to move them, it's a lot less work, at that moment, and we can just drag this one up, move the charger over, and then we're done. Like I said, it'll still be open over here because that's their source of water. I'm going to get all this fence line cleaned, and then I'm going to run electric wire in here, and it'll be on all the time essentially. And that's what'll keep, you know, each paddock wire charged. And then when I put cattle in there or goats, I can just hook on to the wire that's existing to charge up the fence charger. So I'm looking forward to when I'm able to do that. It'll be a project that will be down the road. And until then, the way that I'm doing it is the best way that I can with what I have. So that's the way that I'm going to do it. So I appreciate you coming along with us. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if I've earned it. But it is definitely humbling to have you know, a lot of other people subscribe and watch our videos. And we appreciate it very much. So if we've earned it and you want to see more of what kind of stuff we're doing, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share our videos. Share with your friends and family, and get more people to watch. So that's it for today. Until next time, be blessed and be a blessing to others. Bye-bye.